Welcome back to Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Last time we put the jurors in their place.
And now the scale's leaning in our favor.
So, Lord Von Zeeks, continue to supplement the case for the prosecution, if you please. Just day drinking.
I'm not drunk enough for this. I'm not drunk enough for this. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy.
He's gonna say that a lot. Oh, Lord Von Zeeks.
Is it cold in here? Is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during his summonation examination. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. Seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Ooh! Well, no matter. Have we yet seen concise evidence that it was him, though?
We haven't seen anything concise that it wasn't him, though, either.
There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence, after all? So let us proceed to the next round of battle.
You're sitting out while zooming.
Aww.
You're over here just gonna keep zooming.
Until it just shows his nose. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Okay. Witnesses. I trust you heard the summonation examination we have just had to endure.
Oh, yes, sir, I did, sir.
Well, of course I heard it. Of course I heard it. What voice did I give him?
That's his.
Of course I heard it.
Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. You, sir, the one on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires as that in your previous testimony, you are attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus. You will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh, Medeo, Now that witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again.
Wait a sec. Okay. Theory time. I think Beppo either received a fifth person's payment from McGildy to throw them off, or he was charging everyone 5. Now, I'm choosing to believe that Beppo charged everyone 5 pence.
To get some, tip for himself.
Yeah, basically. Now, that's just my thoughts on it, though.
He was complaining about not getting a lot of money for that last run, and was complaining he had to do it.
Yeah.
You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summonation examination. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear. But
Well. Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
he fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw McGildy stab that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh, yes, he stabbed at me. Yes, he did. I think so, yes.
You think so? You think so?
Counsel, make a sense of this for me, please. Fair, honestly, fair. That man's losing his job.
The phantom 5th passenger, conjured into existence by my learning Eastern. I need more of that looks. The phantom 5th passenger, conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend, never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cozenage? The fuck is a cozenage?
I'm looking it up now. I'm assuming it's like a trick.
Brr! Beppo, explain yourself! I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster.
It's a practice of deception.
The guild fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. I too understand that I'm to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare.
It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I'm sorry.
You're a disgrace, Beppo! A disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor to the entire guild.
If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week.
What?
4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out any differently. Because, yeah, that's how math works.
No, that... No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summonation examination today. I see you intend to continue your parlor games. Absolutely! No fucking shame. God.
Fonzie's just like, I can't believe I have to deal with this bullshit. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear, but Hold it!
So there were only 4 passengers in your carriage. But you didn't charge them the standard 4p fare. Is that right?
It's impossible to make the last run of the day pay. I was cold, all I could do was just stop myself from passing out.
Chilblains?
Chilblains?
Chilblains? I'm getting chilblains just listening to you. What's with this and all these weird words?
No.
No one else is reacting to that.
They're skin sores.
Like goosebumps?
Yeah. Oh no, they're not like sores, so like, you know how you get like... It was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for an evening keeping the bus running. Does a dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger?
You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there were a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. Yeah, I can't do it.
Hold it!
Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5p instead of 4?
Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir.
And I just told you that I did.
I thought fare 5 pence across the board.
Can't say it's unfair.
I robbed for everyone, but it's okay.
God. That's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified is nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone, dead, and buried. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place.
He fitted us on the fare, he did, and I saw that. Blood-curdling sight as well, it's all too much.
This guy got screwed.
Hold it!
This blood-curdling sight? You mean the murder? I presume?
Yes, sir. saying our guy had motive. He had blood in his hands.
You said evidence changes, right?
Yeah, I don't... There's an intermission, so I don't know. I think it changes after that, but I'm not sure. But it's a good to keep an eye on it, just in case. A loathsome sight! No other should have witnessed the horror of the eyes of a man the moment his life was taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed.
Excuse you?
Good gracious! Really?
We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed? That may turn out to be very significant.
I heard the banker gent go next to me, a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out of the belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see the knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
I tell you, I saw McGildy stab that man, everything. I tell you, I saw McGildy stab that man. Everything I said before stands. Yeah, he wants McGildy caught because he owes him money as well.
Yep.
He ain't lying.
Hold it!
So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGildy, stab the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him? That's what I said, isn't it? It's bothering me before. This was... For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only the two of them inside the carriage, weren't there? There's been much talk about a fifth passenger, but as yet, zero evidence. Then what are we wasting all this time for? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. Wish I could work out what it was.
Okay, I think you need to present the crime photo to his testimony. The one testimony about the stabbing, because, like, that's the only thing that doesn't make sense right now.
Hold it!
Earlier, you testified you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you?
Oh, yes, that's right.
You said the victim was on the floor, and described the assailant holding the knife in a ice pick grip.
I suppose it might have, yes, put the cart before the horses, maybe.
Beppo?
Why are you lying?
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
God,
Stop fucking lying.
What's this? I'm quite sure about most of it.
My ass.
I was driving the horses when I heard the scream from the seats of the roof deck. Oh, I expect it was me, sir. And I was turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. How the fuck did you see it through the skylight?
Objection! Those two statements contradict each other.
The gentleman was on the floor with the knife was sticking out from the mattress. The gentleman on the floor, the knife was sticking up from his mattress. That's right, yes, and the fellow holding the handle of the famous man, yes.
So in short, you didn't see the moment the victim was actually stabbed at all.
I really thought I did, but...
That could have been when trying to stop the wound, as testified by the defense.
And also, but there's no way you could fucking see it from the skylight, because the bench would have been in his way, unless he got up, stopped and got up. But when I could go over it in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment when it stopped, did I?
Excuse me!
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. Might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed?
The way he described it, I'd say no, but... Some days I like that. Because his story doesn't add up.
Well, it's a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker! I'll have you know! I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene. I don't mind telling you.
Thank you, Mr. Fairplay.
Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was.
There we go, we'll get him to be more specific.
Do you think I forgot the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man?
Wait, I'm like, why didn't you press the news?
Oh, I thought he was gonna continue.
Yeah. Alright, we'll press that new statement and then I'm sure we'll have to present some.
Blood-soaked? Well, perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, eh? But anyway, there's definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
Okay, we know that's odd.
You saw that from the roof, through the skylight. Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp on inside the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. Spanker's latest statement. I feel sure there's something not quite right about it.
The court record. Yes, yes.
Hands.
Yeah, only one glove has blood on it, and it's not that much blood.
Objection!
Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there were definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. Gilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. There certainly does appear to be a sizable dark colored stain there, but can you fix? But as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
You just want that man to go to jail so he doesn't owe him money.
But no! That can't be!
So you're just a liar here, then?
That's right. That's right. You were quite clear about it. You said it was both hands. Grrr!
He's got a
Cane.
name.
Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You said you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? Hey, well,
Objection!
It was a very simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man a liar. Yes, it wasn't both hands, but it was only one. It was only one. But the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. I'm a city banker! For Pete's sake, my word should be the gold standard! I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't provocate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case?
Mr. Naruhado, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide of this trial completely.
I have evidence!
I have evidence, dear son.
My lord? My lord? My lord?
Yes,
Hello.
counsel.
The defense is ready to present evidence.
Jove, are you sure?
Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony.
Very well. I hereby call the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness' alleged deception of the court. The book. Yeah.
Will be presented next time. Bye.